strength. Now, before you click off the video, I think I know what you're thinking. I'm skinny, I got small arms, I don't have a massive chest, but I might have better calves than Omar. I don't bench big numbers, I don't squat big numbers, I don't deadlift big numbers, I can't snatch much, I can't clean much, I can't even boast a good 100-meter sprint time. And definitely can't run a marathon very well. So you're probably thinking to yourself, why am I going to listen to a guy like that? Or me. I am like you, I am a consumer of information, I've watched loads of YouTube videos, I've watched loads of podcasts, I've read loads of articles because my degree is strength and conditioning and I kind of have to read all of that stuff. So I feel like I have a pretty good understanding and base knowledge to give my opinion on how to be stronger. Now, I'm no expert, but I'm going to give you 2 words that I think should help you if you haven't come across them before. So let's get into the video. Hi guys, I'm Danny Hatcher, expressing my coaching journey, contributing to the coaching conversation. Now, I think everything is simple but not easy. So when you're looking to be stronger, I think it's a very simple process. But it's not an easy one to do. So it's not something you can do straight away and boom, I'm stronger, unless you're untrained. Stupid. So strength or being stronger means different things in different contexts. Being strong in a strongman competition, obviously you have to be able to be good at all of the events involved. Being strong in a powerlifting competition, obviously you need to be good at the squat, the deadlift and the bench press. Being strong in a weightlifting competition is more powerful, therefore you need to be stronger at speed with the snatch and the clean and jerk. Being strong in sports could mean something completely different. As you've probably seen in other videos, force is normally defined as the ability to exert force on an external resistance.
Strength is the ability to produce force against an external resistance. That's all it is.
Now, even though I am technically a sports scientist in doing my master's degree in strength and conditioning, I hate reading. I don't like research, I don't like reading research, but I do like learning. So what I do is I read it and then I listen to podcasts about it. So Stronger by Science is one of the podcasts that sticks out to mind. They talk for 2.5 hours about different things.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I will also add that within research, obviously nuance is a big thing. So even though these 2 words, progressive overload, can basically summarize strength, and to be honest, it gets kind of annoying and irritating with all of research because it never actually gives you a definite answer, and it can't. LOL. Which is why, as you've probably seen from PictureFit's video, it depends almost all of the time, which for me is very irritating but also useful because then I know when to apply it, when not to apply it, and as a strength and conditioning coach, I need to understand it. So for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to go into all of the science and nuances about strength, about hypertrophy, how to do this, how to do that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to leave a link to Chris Beardsley, can't speak. What I am going to do is stupid. What I am going to do, wow, 3rd time lucky. What I am going to do is I'm going to write an article. No, I'm not going to write an article. Oh my word. What I am going to do is I'm going to link an article down in the description below from Chris Beardsley, who basically goes over what strength is and the different limitations and nuances in there. But as a quick clip right from the end of his article, it says this. Ultimately, no matter how hard we try, there will never be one simple definition of strength because it differs depending on how and when we want to produce force. So force production is basically what strength is. So how do we get stronger? We produce more force. What helps us produce force? Muscles. So we need stronger muscles. Not quite. You probably noticed the t-shirt change. I kind of had a problem with the recording, so I'm going to record the last bit again. LOL. So stronger muscles. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use hypertrophy, so muscle size, and muscle activation, so motor unit recruitment. For the sports scientists out there, I realise there's much more to being stronger than just those two things, but to keep it simple, that's what I'm going to go with. So we're talking about being strong, which means it depends how you measure how strong you are. If you're using one test to measure how strong you are, obviously how familiar you are with that test will have an impact on your results. If you're testing your strength through a 1 rep max squat, then there is no point training the deadlift to be better at the 1 rep max squat, even though you will be getting technically stronger by training the deadlift. If you're testing yourself through a 5 rep max squat and you're doing 1 rep max squat training, again, you will be getting stronger at a 1 rep max squat, but you won't necessarily get stronger at the 5 rep max. So depending on what you're testing yourself with will depend on how you train. If you're training for 10 rep max, same thing. There is no point training for a 5 rep max if you're testing your strength through a 10 rep max. If you're not using one specific test to test how strong you are and you're looking at overall strength development and possible athleticism, then you need to work out a program that allows you to develop your strength and athleticism that you need within your sport. So when I'm looking at myself, I am not strong when I compare myself to powerlifting athletes, strongman athletes, or weightlifters, or anything like that, because my strength profile doesn't match up with those activities and those measures of strength. However, I trampoline, so my strength profile is matched to trampoline athletes. I would argue that I'm fairly strong when it comes to other athletes in trampoline, but not outside of that context.
Damn, Daniel.
On top of this, the speed at which you perform the contraction, the test, whatever it is obviously going to play a part. If you're trying to do something very quick, it requires more power, which therefore means the absolute number you're lifting will be decreased. So consistent progressive overload will allow you to get stronger, because obviously you're going to get some hypertrophy if you are consistently progressively overloading in your training and what you're doing. On top of this, if you are consistent with what you're doing and what you're training, you're going to become familiar with movements, therefore your efficiency within the movement will improve, and therefore your strength. Having said all of that, is it easy to progressively overload? No, it is a simple process. Consistently progressively overload is simple, but is it easy to do? No, that is where either you need a coach, a PT, or you need a lot of motivation within yourself and determination to train consistently and train accurately to whatever your goals are. But that is a whole nother video, and my outro still sucks, so I will leave you there.